Hey there, everybody. This is Jason, eXp Realty here in Charleston. I just wanted to wish everybody, first of all, a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're spending it with family, friends, and loved ones. Just wanted to take a second here and kind of on a theme of gratitude and gratefulness. Let's take a look at the market. I was going to show you guys what it's looked like over the last year with some different variables, different price ranges. Happy to go back and do any kind of a workup with these numbers that you personally want to see. I'm just going to show you generally some options available, and we'll take a look at the market, how it's been over the last year, maybe over the last 3 months and last month, just to kind of get a snapshot of how things have looked in the Charleston MLS. All right, so as you can see here, I got it all price ranges, but if we were to click over, and let me just get over to the screen real fast. If we were to look here at the 138, you get a little dip over here. Now this is showing how many, over the last year, how many closed sales there have been. So you can see that back in the beginning of the year, pre-COVID, was that pre-COVID? Geez, that was. It was kind of going up. Then it took a little dip. And this was in June, as to be expected with COVID going. And when we started around that corner, seeing that things were opening back up, and moving along, it goes back up again. But what you're really seeing here with these dips is not so much a decrease in activity for economic or market type reasons, but more just supply and demand. Takes a little while, gets low, now the supply comes back, it gets purchased up. And let's take a look and see what that's been like. It's trending down the last year. Rather, let's look at it over the last 3 years. So this is really just up, down, up, down. It's a result of many things, but mainly just supply and demand. All right, and that's the 139. Let's go back to the last year. I apologize. I said we would look at 3 months and month, not remembering that this does it only by the year, but we can always look at the end here to see it by the months. A little more expensive. You're starting to even out. My guess, as I was going to say, is that these are going to go up in a down market, and we're not in a down market, but when markets start to slow down times during the winter, like right now, the higher priced homes will sell a little bit more frequent of a clip. And we look here, still going up. All right, now let's check, like I was saying, this is a result of closed sales. So the converse to this graph, which you would almost expect to see the differing points, would be under how many new listings have come up. And let's look here at all price ranges. You can see that these are being purchased. Up and down again with supply and demand. Skip over and go to 349 and more. And now, interestingly enough, let's take a look at the new construction, because it's following the same path where you would expect it a slowdown in building with COVID and what happened with the market. Now look here, this is new construction. So you got it bottoming out in May, and then just 2 in June. There was a little bit of a slowdown, obviously, in that price range, and there's not many homes that fit that for new construction, maybe self-built. Where more new construction going to be here. Here is our big dip in new construction last year at this time. Much higher this year. We don't know where it's going to end, but if you were to go across to October 2019, more new listings. All right, now let's go back into all construction types. Let's see how long these homes are staying on the market. So you can see up here in January, we were 46 days was the average on the market. A little higher in February. April, right in the middle of COVID and everything going on, these homes are barely staying on the market. And then, as things were uncertain, the uncertainty economy, listings are gathering. There's many of them out there, but still, to be going out after 44 days, it says on average is a sign of a good market, a seller's market. Again, September. Look at this peak here. This one happened in February of this year. It was your longest days on the market. Fewest So I misspoke earlier. If you were watching close enough, you caught it. This was not during the middle of the COVID time. This was. But again, April's a big month to buy. Um, Homes aren't going to stay on as long in April. It was actually better pre as during COVID. Went back up a little bit. Again, in July, things are starting to open back up. More people are getting more comfortable. A lot more options in the market to look at, but it goes back down. Now here, let's look at the foreclosures. I've said this before on previous videos, and I feel that there's going to be a lot of foreclosures coming. Just the nature of how forbearance works, and people were getting forbearance for 6 months and then again another 6 months on their forbearance. And that's ending now. You're going to see a lot more homes going into foreclosure. The effects of where COVID hit jobs and the market to certain demographics and economic levels is going to take a hit. And you'll see people that did well during those times coming in, investors, and purchasing these homes right away, right when they hit foreclose, are probably going to be bought right up by investors. But you can see right here, this is days on the market still for foreclosures. This isn't really what I want to see. Let's see how many new ones. Here we go. We're going up. Look at this. December 15 on the entire MLS. COVID dropping, going up a little. Down here, we got some stimulus come in right before, and now it's shooting right up. And that's for the 349 or more. All price ranges still at a low here in December. Our low point still, well, December and April. Makes sense. Going back up. Downward. We looked at this one. So what's the month supply? This is a good indicator of a buyer or a seller's market. The higher the month supply, it's a buyer's market. The lower, it's a seller's market. We hit an ultimate seller's market here in September 2020. This, so you can see it, this naturally would start at a high point and go all the way down through a full year of good activity. You're going to have some variances where the graph goes up, and the inventory was maybe down or it was increasing. There was fluctuations there, but on a whole, this is a pretty good representation on this 349 price range of homes moving about as they should during a good economy. Now let's look at all price ranges. Same thing, a little bit more clear of a line. Had a pickup here. April's a really big month. You can see for buying and selling. It doesn't really look like it was affected much by the COVID time period, because April of this, there's June supply. There was a lot more homes on the market. They were going on and then off very quickly here during COVID, which is still a strange thing to figure. But we have seen across the board that the market not only improved, but stayed very healthy and looks to stay healthy for the next, no one knows, but obviously for the near future. And let's look here at homes for sale. Again, same thing. It's going to follow month supply. Let's see how picky people are being. Shows per listing. And this is great as a homeowner. Maybe you're going to sell your home. You get an idea what to expect. In December, about 4 shows a listing. 7 in January. 5 in April. August, 9.5. You can speculate, and there's reasons that the numbers are where they are, but it's also good to know where they were at similar times in the last year, where they're trending, because the numbers are averages simply because they happen a lot, and the chances are average that it's going to happen with you as well, your home. So you almost know right away. I know myself, I had a listing, and it went up in October. Trying to think real quick here. And it showed about 9 or 10 times before it sold. So, this is just a quick view that I wanted to put you on here so you can see what's available as far as numbers. If you're like me, you get into numbers and you want to know, well, if I sell next month, what are my statistical chances of getting a sale within the first month, or how many showings am I going to have? Whatever it may be, I'm more than happy to print off these and send them to you. I can just click the print or the share button and send you a link where you can look at these on your own. But just let me know. Again, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. In the comments below, you can see my name. I'm sorry, my name. It's been good Thanksgiving for me as well. I just need to get focused here. So anyway, you can see down below my email, phone number, website. Reach out with any questions. You got anything to say in the comments below? I'm more than happy to reply to you and answer questions that way. And thank you guys for tuning in.